Hey guys, welcome to my very first YouTube video on my YouTube channel. This is a speed build, but I'll also be adding commentary. It's a speed build of this really cute spring themed small house, cottage, whatever you call it. I wanted to use the new Easter update items, before they were gone, so I made this little small house to match these items. I ended up using quite a few of the chickens and the lily of the valleys. I think it's my new favorite Bloxburg flower, and I'm kind of glad it's staying, unless I'm wrong and it's not staying. The plot value for this build was 220k, and it took about 7 hours, but that's just because I was kind of not locked in, and I kept making mistakes and having to go back and fix it. So a more experienced builder could probably do it in a shorter amount of time. So I believe in you guys if you're trying to recreate this build. I used a lot of custom decals, which I will link the Pinterest board that I made with the decals that I used in the description or the pinned comment. And I did use custom colors, but you don't have to. But if you want, just let me know, comment, and I will post my custom color codes. So now we finally start the building. I kind of had to cut the beginning of this clip, or this hour and a half of me building, because this is my first video, so you guys don't really know me, but as I post more, you will get to know me and start to realize I'm a very, very indecisive person. Even throughout just this video, I kept changing the layout, changing the colors, and before this, I was scrolling through Pinterest, deciding on which layout I wanted. I kept switching between two houses because I like to recreate in real life houses, which is why I'm doing the pillar here, because I like making it look a little more realistic. So I made the custom porch and the custom pillars. I just couldn't choose which house to recreate, and I ended up just going with the first one that I chose anyways. Yeah. So I made the custom pillars, and then I made the custom archways. The real life photo had definitely a way more detailed archway, but new information about me, I'm also kind of a lazy builder. I'll do whatever, it's the bare minimum to make it look good, and then if I'm not particularly passionate, I'll kind of just stop there. I think it was quite incredible. I actually ended up finishing this house. It took me about 2 days because I split it in half, so as I mentioned in the beginning, it was 7 hours of building, but spread across 2 days because now I have a lot of time because it's the long weekend for Easter. It's Good Friday as I'm recording this voiceover, and Good Friday, today, is also when I finished the build. So yeah, it's 7:49 p.m. I should have been doing on something else, but I decided to build on Bloxburg and edit a video. So again, this is my first ever video on YouTube, and I was a little hesitant to add commentary to my speed build because as I did research, why am I saying so much? As I was doing research before I recorded this voiceover and before I recorded my very first speed build, I noticed that the first videos of these YouTubers, these Bloxburg YouTubers, aren't commentary videos. They're just kind of speed builds of the houses, and that kind of started to make me self-conscious. Oh, here I kind of double layered the walls, but I realized that the triangles, the basic shape, couldn't go thinner than 0.25. So I kind of realized it was a waste, but I kept the double layered walls anyway, because originally I wanted to make the inside a different color than the outside, because the outside is going to be the texture and the color of the exterior of the house, and I wanted the hollow part to be the bedroom. So who wants white wood panels as their bedroom walls? Which I was too lazy to add decals because it wasn't working out. Well, I wasn't lazy, I was just getting frustrated, so I scrapped that idea, so the inside did just end up being white wooden wall planks, but anyways. as you can see, I frequently left and rejoined the game. Another tidbit, another fun fact about me is, especially when I'm playing video games, I kind of have a short attention span. So that's why some of my favorite games are like kind of multi-part or like stimulating, fast-paced games like Valorant, or like Lethal Company, like something where you play with friends, so you're just like constantly amused. So especially when I'm playing a solitary game, I kind of get bored doing one component. So like of this build, I was starting to get bored of just like doing the exterior or just working on the roof. So I would start hopping around what I'm doing, which is kind of bad, especially for anybody who's watching the video and wanting to follow along. But if you want like a slower, more in-depth tutorial, like I wouldn't be explaining it because I feel like the people who would want more like in-depth video, like less sped up, wouldn't want me talking in the background. If you want that, let me know. Maybe I'll make a Google Drive and share the raw footage, because it might take me a while to upload, but I don't mind doing that. Or I will upload another video where I cut the voiceover and then upload like an hour-long, 2-hour-long video, and it's just me building, because this house is kind of ugly in my opinion, but to other people it might not be, and if you want to recreate it, just let me know. I'm kind of just doing detail work here and choosing between the fence. This is why I said you should have the 2-floor game pass, so you can add the fences to the second floor to create detailing on the parts that stick out. But you don't have to, like, if you have the Transform Plus tool, but not the second floor tool, like the Game Pass, which is kind of odd, but whatever, you do you. You can just create a fence using basic shapes or like candlesticks and like the structural items. Oh, if you do the candlesticks and structurals, you might actually not even need Transform Plus, because as long as you get the structurals first try, you really don't need to like adjust it. You know what I mean? Wait, I'm on to something. Okay. As I'm very new to this kind of stuff, you know, if you have any tips and tricks for like video making, video software, because OBS kind of lags my computer, and so does CapCut, or CapCut lags whenever I edit like these long videos. It would be very much appreciated. I would appreciate it. Or if you gave me some ideas. I'm kind of new to this YouTube thing, so you know, any help is good help. Wait, that makes no sense. Wait. Here I'm doing the custom roof because, you know, as I said, I wanted it to be hollow. I think this was the most frustrating part of the build because I just couldn't get it to like line up because it's like 1 pixel off or 2 pixels off. And you know, Bloxburg won't let you do that. Like, so you have to like move it a lot or like move, you know what I mean? And also it's just frustrating because it kept clipping inside because I didn't know how to do it properly. It was my first time building a roof with basic shapes. Please don't judge me. Any tips for that would be very much appreciated as well. Also, can someone tell me why whenever I place like certain basic shapes like on top of each other, it'll stack like when they're already moved, but when I try to do it again, like in some areas it wouldn't work. Like it would just work for some of them and not for all of them. It kind of made me like rage while I was doing this. Sorry if I'm like talking like an incel. I've been consuming a lot of social media, so I tend to use a lot of slang, but I'm trying to get out of the habit of using slang because, you know, I gotta sound intelligent, especially when this is going on the internet. As I continue to post, if you notice that my voice sounds different, there's like, I think 2 or 3 reasons. Reason number 1, I tend to do a lot of voices depending on who I'm with. 'Cause I don't know why, I can sound like a nerd or like not a nerd, and so like my voice kind of just changes sometimes. Like sometimes I'll sound like this, and other times my voice will be deeper or it'll be higher depending on what. Part of why my voice sounds like what it is right now is because I have to be kind of more soft-spoken, or my mic will make my voice sound like tinny, like tingy, tingy. I don't know how to explain it. It's just because my mic is like a kind of good. It's like a good quality mic, but it's kind of old, and I dropped it, so it's dented. Like the actual, like the part where you speak into is dented. You know what I mean? The second reason is I get sick frequently. I don't know why. You know, I try to eat healthy. You know, I like wash my hands frequently, but my immune system just like isn't it. So, especially after going to like for school, I'll get sick like once a month or something. So depending on when I record a video or when I record the voiceover, I might sound different just because I'm sick. I'm like kind of recovering from a cold too, so this isn't how I normally sound like either. And then the third reason is I'm not like an original person, so especially when I'm like singing or something, I try, or I don't try, but it just happens that I tend to copy how the singer sounds like of the song. So I think that goes the same way with like YouTubers. Like if I watch a lot of YouTubers who do voiceovers, I think I start to mimic their voice mannerisms, which is kind of bad. But as of right now, like I'm trying to be self-aware, but I don't think I'm copying anyone. You know, I'm gonna try and stay self-aware as I make more videos. But if you ever wonder why I sound different, no, I did not get abducted. No, it is not a different person talking into the mic. And it's just me. I think most of my puberty should be done by now, so my voice shouldn't change drastically. You know, like hopefully you'll be able to still, you know, recognize me. I plan to make a lot more videos, so tell me, guys, tell me what you guys think. So here, I tried to make the stairs work because I didn't want a ladder, because like that's not like very cottagecore, you know, like spring themed. But the ladder was the only one that fit because the stairs first they took up too much room, and because I used like basic shapes to make the flooring of like the second quote unquote second floor, it just wasn't working out. And so to get to the axis of like the only stairs that fit, which was the spiral stairs, you'd have to like kind of walk into a wall because just the way the angle was. So I didn't really like that, and I just thought just the ladder. If you guys notice like mistakes in how I speak and like the fact that I'm stuttering a lot, it's just because this is my 4th time recording a voiceover, and you know, I just can't be bothered. Like I like making videos and I like making high quality videos, but it's 28 minutes, so it's kind of a lot to voiceover. And you may be thinking, why even have a voiceover? But it's because of me personally, again, learning new things about me. Like you guys are learning new things about me, because I already knew this about myself. I like to, whenever I watch videos, I like to have especially in long videos, I like to have commentary to listen to, because sometimes the background music isn't enough for me. Like when I work, I won't listen to music. I will watch YouTube videos because I just need that auditory stimulation. Get what I mean? So I feel like this was a better way to connect to like you guys, like my new viewers, you know? And if you think I'm being annoying or anything, just let me know. Again, I am so open and I'm so ready. I might even just unprompted post a video where it's the same video just without voiceover, just so that I'm not annoying anybody. What happened in the video just now, if you're just listening and not watching, is that I switched the layout of the kitchen and the living room. Like I switched where they would be because it just wasn't working out, you know? Some things you just gotta scrap. You just need to know when to like give up. Here I'm recreating a kitchen I found on Pinterest. Or at least I'm trying to recreate it as best as I can, because I definitely have a smaller space than what the Pinterest video, or not video, photo was showing. I'm really glad Bloxburg added the new ovens and like the SMEG you know, the brand Smeg, like the Smeg looking appliances, because I used to think that the fridges and the ovens were kind of ugly, but now I think they're super cute. Like, you know, it works in like homey builds. Like, it obviously doesn't work in like commercial builds or like really really big mega builds, because you know, gotta have like a industrial looking kitchen. But I like these appliances, and I think they're so cute because in my real life home, one day I would love to own like the Smeg appliances. I think they're so cute. Here I had to make a custom corner counter because I kind of hated how like the blank space, you know, like when the counters automatically connect to each other and you kind of just have like a blank bar. I didn't really like that. Oh, but my voice changed again. I didn't really like that, so I decided to make one myself. I kind of hated how the counters would clip into each other if I placed another counter so that the auto connectedness would not happen. So I think it ended up looking fine. I definitely could have added more detail to it. That's just kind of like the general rule of thumb for this, or the general criticism for like this whole build. I could have just added more detail. I think I got too lazy and I chose the lazy way out for a lot of it. Like, I could have added more detail to the fireplace, you know, add more knickknacks and stuff. And I could have made the kitchen better. And I could have definitely made the bathroom better. I think the bathroom was the weakest room in the whole house. Whole house, but it's like a super small house. Anyways. But I had fun because I tried out new items. I feel like I have a tendency to go for the items that I always do. And I tried out a new hack, which was the decal carpet, like where you put the decal on a basic shape and rotate it so that it's kind of like a carpet. And I also did decal wallpaper. It's not a new hack for me. I've done it in builds before, but I always deleted it after a bit because it kind of made placing things on walls just a little bit more inconvenient for me, and sometimes it just wasn't worth the effort. But here, I think it was cool that I actually finished a build using this technique, and I used it again in the washroom. I think it made it look really nice, the wall trim and stuff. I could have definitely chosen better colors and added more clutter to the bathroom. Here, I switched to my friend's private server because she kept joining me in game and not bothering me, but she would keep talking to me, and so she would keep bringing up her private server and why I just didn't join her private server. But she didn't know I was like recording a video or anything. So here I'm trying to build and chat at the same time. As you can see, she was kind of telling me a bunch of different stories, and I didn't want to be like rude or anything, so I would I would read her messages and respond, but that kind of forced the building to take a little longer. Here I'm coloring it to match the colors of the Pinterest photos as close as I can, but it also needed to match the color of the wallpaper, not identically, but just so that it looked nice, because I didn't want to use the exact color of the Pinterest photo because I didn't use the exact wallpaper and I didn't want it to clash. Another issue I came up with is because it's so small, I didn't close any of the rooms off because I feel like in smaller houses you kind of need an open concept to make it seem bigger and less cramped. So I have the pillars separating the kitchen and the living room and the dining room rather than a full-on enclosed room, which kind of made it difficult to color the pillars and the wall trim because I didn't want it to be the same color. Like, I wanted the wall trim in the living room to be lily white, which is the color I use, but I wanted the kitchen to be like a brown, right? And that kind of created a problem, and I was getting really indecisive. So like at one point I had the pillar brown, and then at one point I just like decided to like give up and make the living room trim brown as well. But then, you know, I gained my will to have a good build back, and if anyone has any tips on decorating bathrooms, that'd be much appreciated, as I feel like bathrooms have always been my weak point. I've only ever like improved my ability at building exteriors, I would say. Like, my interiors have, I guess, improved, but it just hasn't improved as much as my exterior has improved. I hope this video doesn't flop, but I don't really have high expectations. If anybody is watching this and would like a specific type of video or a specific type of build, please let me know in the comments. You know, I'm always looking for a fun challenge. That's why I did do commissions in the first place. Or I am doing Bloxburg commissions just because I always need a break from building my own builds. Here I'm making a carrot cake and also changing decals. I know the carrot cake making process went by really quick, and that's because the videos are sped up to 15x speed. I personally like carrot cake. I like baking in general, but my favorite's gotta be bread. I really like bread. I don't wanna like dox myself when my Discord is like Bread Daddy. And if anyone knows me on Discord, no you don't. No you don't. Like from Discord, no you don't. Because I'm not like, I swear I'm not like chronically online on Discord. I just have it, you know, for the occasional call with my friends, you know, like it's a good you know what? It's a good platform when you're trying to game, okay? I'm not gonna like defend myself more than this. I wanted to use voice crack. Holy crap. I wanted to use every single Easter item except the car, because I'm kind of poor. Except the car. And it was just so hard for me to fit in the Easter tree. I would buy the carrot car because I think it's so cute. It's just I don't have a lot of money. As you can see up there, I only have like 258k. I have a little less than that because this is like before I finished the build and did the exterior. And it kind of made me self-conscious, you know, like I didn't know if I wanted to start recording videos because I just wasn't a Bloxburg millionaire. I would work, but I just get so bored. Like, I just get so bored of working in Bloxburg. So I'm not even like level 50. I never found a need for me to like be a Bloxburg millionaire or like grind work, because usually I build until I run out of money and then just make more money and then repeat the cycle. I saw a YouTube video saying that it's not good for you to do that, especially if you're recording a YouTube video. And I was like actually shocked because that's what I usually do. So I just decided to build a smaller house so that I wouldn't like completely run out of money and I wouldn't look like a bum for leaving mid-build to go make more money. I thought this would be a really cheap build, like 150k max. Tell me why it was 220k. And like not even, like that's just the plot value, but I'm pretty sure. Like I don't know how much exactly I spent, and if someone wants to do the math and tell me in the comments, you guys got that. But like tell me why it took, like I'm gonna say like 250 to like 60k, genuinely. It took so much money. Like I wasn't expecting it. But if you're recreating it, I believe in you. I believe you guys can get it for less than 220k, less than 200k, because it's a very small house. And I feel like some of the details I added were like unnecessary. Oh, look, there's a chicken. Chick. I like chicks. Wait, no, like, I like the chickens. They're my favorite. I had so much trouble with this upstairs bedroom because first, it was so hard for me to get like a good look into the room just because it wasn't on the second floor. And whenever I build, I like to remove the roof, like make it invisible so that I can peer down and see like the layout. But I couldn't do that because it was a custom roof. And it was pissing me off how the lines weren't aligning, but I also just couldn't care enough to like commit to putting the wallpaper or commit to moving the basic shapes so that they lined up. Like it was just like, I realized it'd be too much work, so I kind of just left it and tried to cover it with paintings that I couldn't even place properly because they would like clip through the roof or like not be in where I wanted it to be because of the basic shapes, like just the vast amount of basic shapes I used. I still think it came out pretty cute though. I really like it. I'm really glad they added like the standalone curtains because, you know, I wouldn't be able to have curtains in this room because it's not an actual window. Maybe I'm too broke, but I kind of never have tried like the Bloxburg decal gardening. Also, other than bathrooms, gardening is also my weak suite. I'm not very good at gardening or landscaping at all, so like I'll just place random trees. I remember in one of Anix's older videos, he gave a tip saying that a tip for Bloxburg gardening is just to go through the whole gardens menu and then place like one of each item. And so that's what I did, but I only chose the items that were spring related. Anyways, yeah, that's the end of my build.